Bruh. Ah! Gagging. Ah! This show is making me freaking schizophrenic. Okay? I don't know who was watching my tweets, but I went from shocked to happy to laughter to sad to crying to amazed to hopeful, like all within 30 minutes. Oh my God. I can't believe I thought the show was season finale last week. I really thought it was season finale. People was putting it on Twitter and I'm like, oh, damn, it's over, da, da, da. But we're still going and we're still getting shocked each episode. Okay, if you didn't know, this is Demise, aka Team Juju 365 for review for HBO's Insecure Season 1, Episode 8. Woo! Ah! Mannequin challenge. Alright, okay. So we start off with, as typical breakup, somebody's going to be the one, especially the person that caused the breakup, is going to be the one suffering the most, especially if it's someone they have history with, they're in love, and made the biggest mistake ever and is trying to kiss ass to make the relationship work. We have Issa in her house. House is a mess, hasn't been cleaned up or nothing. She's on the couch, probably haven't bathed or anything, just calling Laurence up, leaving messages, whatever. Of course, he's not answering. You hear her saying, you've been missing, gone for 3 days. You're not calling me back. I love you. I'm sorry. I want to work this out. I'm still in this, blah, 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 blah. Giving her a little, good shit. I mean, you do the crime. You got to do the time. Do the time. Okay. We'll just stick with Issa's. You know how I do. I'm going to stick with the character stories. Okay. Then she's back at work. Actually, no, she's back at work, kind of down in the dumps, because when something that serious happens in your life, it does get you distracted. Like, some people are able to multitask, like, put that behind them to finish what they're doing, which is what Laurence did, because Laurence was at work killing it in this meeting, but we'll get to him. Actually, no, it's still Issa's story, so, yeah, so she's at work, completely, like, just in her little sad zone thrump, her assistant or her partner or whatever, was telling her, you need to call, and the people who donated for the fundraiser they had last week. So she's like, I'm finished saying my thank yous. I'm surprised she didn't ask her, like, what's up, even though it wasn't work related. And I figured, she's been since they had that little girl time, those drinks, like 2 episodes ago, I thought she was going to try to get more into her personal life and be a friend or whatever, but she didn't ask her. But it's obvious something's wrong, but, if it's not job related, she's trying to keep it professional. I get it. So she's like, yeah, so, you should make your calls. And she even put in like a little, she said like a little statement or whatever to kind of get her kind of excited. She's like, and make sure to thank yourself, make a call for it. It was corny, but I get what she was trying to do. So Issa shook it off and was like, all right, let me just get back to work. She was going through her list. Obviously, Molly's name was on there. That really sucks. To lose your BF and BFF at the same time. The two most important people in your life. It's a lot to deal with. A lot. But one of them eventually going to fall through. It couldn't be both. Okay, so she called up Molly. Like nothing happened. Like obviously it was awkward because she is supposed to be the awkward black girl. But she was making it more awkward for herself. Like Molly was trying to be straight up like, I'm sorry. Okay, so Issa's like, trying to play off the conversation, like, oh, just calling about your donation, we missed tax deductible, we want to say thank you, whatever. And Molly's like, just like throwing shots, like, not throwing shots, but just she's trying to stick to the conversation, like being quickly direct, like, but it's like she wanted to get off the phone. I'm surprised she even picked up. Like, she was watching TV, she turned her TV off when the phone rang, saw her name. I'm surprised she even picked up. That just shows, like, you're upset with the person. Maybe you want to end the friendship, but at the same time, that little voice, that little conscience, whatever, still is hoping for, some type of resolution, but you don't want to be the one to resolve it. You're waiting for the other person to resolve it. So, because I feel like if it's completely done, I'm not even going to answer your phone call. Like, if our history, present, past, future, whatever we had, whatever was completely ruined by a conversation or a fight or whatever, I'm not even going to answer the phone. But if I still answer the phone, then I'm hoping for something. I'm not going to be the one to initiate it, but I'm obviously hoping for something for me to answer that phone call. So that phone call is like basically the icebreaker. Okay, so it's going to make or break whatever the situation that's going on, to me, in my opinion. So Molly's just like, yeah, you know, I donated last year, like rolling her eyes or whatever. Like, in that moment, I related to Molly. I relate to Molly a lot. But yet, I feel like some of the stuff she do is really dumb. In that moment, I really related to, like, if I'm having an issue with you, you're not going to call and, like, do small chat. I cannot stand small chat. Small chat is only good for, like, business functions and when you don't know the person, stranger, like, icebreaker, stuff like that. But if I know you and there's a problem, do not call me with freaking small chat to distract from the situation because it's not going to work. You're not stupid and I'm not stupid. There's a problem. We need to talk it out. Let's go straight into it. Get our opinions out, whatever, come to some type of resolution. Either agree to disagree or reconcile or go our separate ways. Do not call me on some BS. Hi, how you doing? The weather's blue. I don't give a fuck. Sorry for my language. I don't give a hell about anything else. Let's talk about what's going on. There's an elephant in the room. There's some type of tension. Let's resolve it. Don't talk about this shit. Like, that's all that's in my mind. I cannot be just talking like nothing's going on. Like, it's so fake. It's so phony. I can't stand that. Like, you're like making both of us look ridiculous. So she's just still talking about the damn donation, and then she tried to talk about Kelly. I don't know. I finally got her name. I don't know why I never remembered it before, but Kelly, the one in the girl group, the one that makes all the jokes, whatever. You know, with the pretty face, the big girl. She's like, oh, it's her birthday. Are you going to? I guess they're going to Malibu for the week for her birthday or whatever. And Molly's like, I was always going, like, duh. She's like, okay, well, do you want to, she's like, oh, well, do you want to go half on a gift? And I guess they usually go half on a gift every year. Molly's like, oh, I already bought her a gift. And it was like, dang, Molly, you don't do her like that. But I get it, like, you asking me stuff that is not what we should be talking about right now. So Molly's like, okay, yeah, anything else or whatever? And then Issa's still trying to hold the conversation like nothing. So Molly's like, instead of just saying, look, I don't really feel like talking right now, whatever. She was just like, she faked out like somebody was calling her. And she's like, what? Yeah, I'll be right there. She's like, oh, I gotta go. And then hung up. I was like, not just someone fake calling me in the background. Yikes. Burn. Ouch. Okay, then we're still following Issa's story. Then we see her, Laurence is at work, you know, in a meeting, doing his little smart technology thing. All of a sudden, somebody comes in and says, Laurence, you have a package. And he didn't order anything. So he's like, so he goes outside and boom, it's Issa with her little bag doing, again, a little small chat thing. And she was like, hey, you know, I just wanted to, he's like, I'm at work and I was in a meeting. What are you doing here? He's like, oh, you know, I just called to bring, you know, she had a bag because obviously, Laurence has not been staying at their regular home that they share together, the Dunes. He's been staying with a friend, as dudes do. So she's like, oh, I guess a friend name is Chad. She's like, I'm just bringing it back to see if you need, you need anything, you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, which is nice. You're trying to show you're still there for him, but it's like, oh God, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Like, I know in some situations it shouldn't be an embarrassment. It should be you sucking in your pride because you care about someone and you want things to work out, whether it's friendship or a relationship, and you're trying to look past it. You want to show that you still want to work on it. I get it. But at the same time, where you are and your present feeling is different than where the person is. You're the one who made the mistake, obviously. So you're over it. You're already past the whole denial stage or anger stage or whatever. You're on the resolution stage. But they're still developing, going through their emotions. And so they're not at that stage that you are. You're already there and they're here. So you have to allow that person that space. But again, you don't want to give them too much space for them to stay in that anger place and like make a decision that you'll both regret, maybe. Okay. So he's like, you know, this is my job or whatever. Stop fucking calling me. And, you know, and she's just saying, I love you. I miss you, whatever. He's just like, again, you're saying he's still upset. Obviously, like, she can't think he was going to snap the fingers. Yes, 5 years, just like you snap your fingers and made your mistake, he's not going to snap his fingers and, you know, like, forgive you. So he goes back in, whatever. Okay, so now we go to, you know, a celebration of Kelly's birthday. Okay, you know, they start off at the club. They actually were in a car. It was a road trip. They were all in the car together. Even though we've seen these same 4 girls in their little clique or whatever, I didn't know they were all going to be squeezed in the car. I don't think I heard the road trip part. But to have Molly and Issa in the back, and mind you, the other 2 girls don't know that they're beefing. It's like, whether your crew is 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, and you generally all know what's going on with each other, of course there's going to be 2 people that are closer than the other 2 people, or 3 people, or 2 people, whatever. So now everyone's going to know exactly, specifically what's going on with each person in the clique. So of course, Kelly and the bougie girl did not know that Issa and Molly were having beef, or didn't even know that Issa was having issues with Laurence. Because Molly is the best friend of Issa, okay? And I thought those other girls were more Molly's friends, but I guess they're all friends because they all went to school together. So they have Issa and Molly in the backseat, just completely awkward. You know, the song is coming on. You know, Kelly's in the front dancing, the drive, the bougie girls dancing. You know, having a good time. Like going with the flow. Hello, it's Kelly's birthday. Let's celebrate. You know, let's put our issues behind us and let's focus on what's going on, which is the celebration of our friend. But I mean, not everybody can flow like that, just like I said before. And not everybody can multitask their emotions like that. If something is going on, they're going to be in that moment for a minute, okay? And then eventually, hopefully, they can push that aside a little bit and focus on what's going on, which is a celebration. But it is harder for some people where they can't mingle both emotions, sad and happy at the same time. It has to be an adjustment. And Issa can do that. As I said, like for her to be able to small chat knowing there's a beef going on, or to like try to break the ice or whatever and then talk about it, and not go straight to the point, she obviously can do that. Molly cannot. She's in her feelings and it's going to be a minute. Or she needs some type of assistant, which we see at the club when she starts drinking. Because when they're in the car, you know, Issa's decided she's looking at her, trying to vibe her or get her into the groove or whatever. Molly's looking at her like, bitch, like, please. So, you know, Issa's just dancing, trying to ignore the situation, dance or whatever. Molly's like, whatever. But then they go to the house. I guess they rented like a beach house or whatever. And when they go in, you know, they're trying to figure out the bedroom arrangements, who's going to sleep where, or whatever. And obviously, Molly was on a couch and Issa went to go sit next to her and she's just rolling her eyes or whatever. And you would think they would be in the same room. The bougie girl, you know, decides to pick a room. And then Molly goes, oh, I'll bunk with you or whatever. And Issa's looking at her like, come on. Don't be surprised she's going to make these decisions. Y'all not cool right now. You're not cool right now. Why would she share a room with you? Why would I share a room with you and we're not cool right now? We don't know if it's right now or if it's forever, but we're not cool. So I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to try to be cordial and go with the flow because of the celebration. But that particular person that I have the issue with, I don't have to mess with you for that event. I don't have to be around you another or suck in your energy. I'm going to be hanging around the other people to distract myself. Now, if I let that misery loves company because I'm upset with you and then ruin my good time with the other people, then that's an issue right there. That I can do. I can separate my feelings from you with the situation if there's other people going on in the same environment. If it was just us one-on-one, then yeah, that would freaking kill the mood. But luckily there was other people to balance the situation. So whatever. Eventually, they hit the club or whatever, and they all start drinking. Molly starts drinking, and you can see that her emotions are changing. She's getting out of her funk of being upset with Issa. Issa was kind of taking sip by sip. She wasn't really like getting into it. They made this college, I guess back in the day in high school or college or whatever, as a clique when they go out, some type of game they called We Did Say or whatever. I guess it's like their version of Truth or Dare. Whatever someone asks you to do, then you do. That's what it seemed like to me. Like kind of a girl bomb, Truth or Dare. That's what We Did Say. So obviously they started off, Kelly's like daring Molly to go touch the guy's butt or whatever. And, it's like, well, we're grown. We shouldn't still be doing that or whatever. And Kelly was like, it's my birthday. We're going to do whatever I say. So whatever, she went with it. And of course, Molly was like, I'm going to do that. And she went and instead of touching the butt of the waiter, she touched his crotch. When she came back, they were looking at her like, did you touch his dick? She was like, hey, I was trying to make it more interesting. You mean the drinks was trying to make you more interesting, okay? Because we know if you were sober, you would not be doing that. Okay, so Molly and Kelly go to the dance floor. They're obviously the more outgoing ones. And then the bougie girl and Issa are on the couch. And, the bougie girl's trying to engage in conversation like, oh, how's Laurence? And, Issa's trying to derail from that subject, or at least not, she doesn't feel comfortable enough to tell her they're not that cool. They're cool because they're in the same clique, but not that close to tell her personal business. So she just lied and was like, yeah, he's all right or whatever. All right. Now that club scene, when those drinks start flowing. And again, Molly's on this, again, because she's upset with Issa and trying to do her thing. And, she's throwing little shots here and there, like kind of bringing up little things that Issa said to her in an argument in last episode. Funny as hell. I do stuff like that. Oh my God, I think Molly is me. Molly is me in a lot of aspects, but Molly don't check herself. I check myself. I eventually check myself. Okay, I don't need like a whole bunch of people saying the same thing about me before I eventually check myself. I think that's the difference. Even with the relationship, it's not really the same. Right? When you watch a character on TV and you're like, is that me? Is she playing me on TV? Oh. Anyway, so Molly ends up kissing this dude that was dancing with her. This boy looked like 20 years younger than her. Whatever. I don't know why I thought, like, I'd be waiting for certain surprises to happen. Like, I feel like I'm very predictable in certain shows and movies. Like, I know